The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Fantasy. Get up to 1K in deposit match. It's on Mark Fantasy with promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. It is currently Monday afternoon, August 11th, around 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host, Scott and Lonte, joining him by Lonte Smith. Together, we're going to break down the games for the Tuesday card. Lonte, how's it going with you? What's up? Pretty rough weekend for our team, but that's expected at this point. How's it going with you? What's up?
Yeah, not bad, man. The Yankees are just, it's just another dagger in the heart, man. But I'm doing well outside of that. We could be Tommy Fleetwood, but we're doing a little bit better than he is.
Definitely true. I do want to point out that Fleetwood, damn, he just can't help himself. He gets so close every time.
I feel bad for him. Bro.
I forgot what happened. He bogeyed 17?
Did he? He bogeyed 17. He had
it was hard 18, and then you had a crazy playoff with Rose and Spawn, which was
but Rose and Spawn were great though. They were really good.
Well, I'm trying to remember Rose. What, he birdied 4 in a row?
Was it 5, 4, and maybe he parred the. Yeah. I think he did birdie 4 in a row though to get close. Some insane shots too.
Yeah. I was kind of shocked that I know Spawn missed the long putt, basically the same exact putt the previous playoff hole. I was kind of shocked he made it, but either way, Rose responded. He won, so great tournament, a lot of fun there. But either way, point is time to move on into the games for Tuesday. Before we get into any of the games, though, a reminder that Sports Game Podcast is doing another pack break with DAPS Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific. So get your team now. Teams will be selling out, so go to sportsgamepodcast.com/break to use your promo code SGPN for 10% off. That's sportsgamepodcast.com/break. Use the code SGPN to get 10% off. Anyway, time to get into the actual card for Tuesday. Starting off with the first game on the card, you have the Mariners taking on the Orioles. For this one, you have Kirby against Kramer. Now, for the matchup here, you have Kirby at around minus 155. You have the Orioles at around plus 130. For the over-under, I see 9 in this game. Seattle's been good lately. I believe they're half a game back of Houston for first place. We know they made some moves deadline. They got better, and they've been looking like it recently. Baltimore has still been underwhelming, like they have been all year. Kirby and Kramer have been kind of similar stats-wise so far this season. Kirby's ERA slightly better, 4.04. Kramer's at 4.35. I'll ask you for the pricing, though. Do you think Seattle should be around minus 155, or do you think this line feels a bit expensive?
Maybe a little bit expensive, but Kirby, he's been pretty much up and down on the road. Not horrible. He's just like kind of middling in that middle tier. But Baltimore has kind of had Seattle's number. I mean, they've won 8 of the last 10. They're 3-0 this year. They were pretty close games, 2-run games out of those 3, but they're not playing well as of late. Kramer's, 12 earned on 20 hits in his last 3, 4 home runs allowed in those 12. And, he's got a mixed bag at home. 8 earned in his last 2 home starts, but he had 0 in the 2 prior. So it's a lot of different noise in both of these numbers. If you look at Kirby, he's got 3 straight quality starts, 2 or less in all 3, 2 or less earned runs in all 3 of those. He did pitch well versus Baltimore in June, but he did allow a lot of hits. So I'm kind of torn. I would end up taking a dog because of Baltimore's recent success against Seattle. And then I think Kramer will be a little bit better at home. If they can get the offense going, I think we could see a high-scoring game here as well. So I'm going towards the over, but no real conviction. I would take the dog at home.
Yeah, I feel like the price is a bit expensive. I think Seattle is the better team. I consider maybe the over, but it's kind of an ugly game to start the card, to be honest. Not really interested either way for this one. Moving on to the next game, you have the Marlins taking on the Guardians. You have Junk against Allen. Now, for this one, I see Miami at around plus 118. They were terrible over the weekend against Atlanta. You're looking at the Guardians, though. They won 2 out of 3 against the White Sox. Allen is minus 140, give or take. The over-under is around 8.5. Now, I like the under in this game. This total feels kind of high to me. Miami's offense was okay over the weekend against Atlanta, despite them getting swept. Allen, we know, has been pretty up and down his entire career. Junk's been kind of the same way lately, but 8.5 just feels kind of high with these offenses, so I'll go with the under in this one. It's plus money, actually. I see a plus 105. Feels a bit large to me. It might be a sweat. You might get a game that lands exactly 8. But 8.5 plus money feels kind of appealing. I'll go with the under.
Yeah, I was gonna go over, but I don't really have a conviction. My thing is that both of these pitchers are somewhat mirror images of each other. I mean, if you look at Junk, he's been a little bit inconsistent, as you talked about with Allen. I mean, in his last 4 starts, 5, 3, 6, and 3 earned runs, which I mean, it's just around not really what you want, but pretty decent in the 2, 3-run games. But he's been solid on the road. He's got 3 combined earned runs in his last 3 on the road. Junk, that is 4-1 last 5, despite a 5.33 ERA. So, I mean, yeah, it's tough to take Miami, especially how they look this weekend. I mean, they're 4-6 in the last 10. They're inconsistent offensively as well. Just five runs, 1 run, 6 run, 1 run in the last 4. So Cleveland's playing a little bit better, but Allen's got a high hit rate. So that's just the reason why I looked at the over. Miami's over in 7 of the last 10. Cleveland's around 500, but I think a lot of that had to do with the opponents and not them. So I looked at Cleveland, but nothing I love. I would go to the over if I had to, but not a real strong feel on this specific game.
No, I think I'd go Cleveland at minus 136. Miami, we know, is in great form for the last couple weeks. They got swept by Atlanta. I think we'd agree that they were overachieving for a couple weeks, so regression might be in store for them. We'll see. Cleveland did win 2 out of 3, lost the game yesterday because Ciccone was terrible, but they've been good, and they're half a game behind the Yankees for playoff spots. The game means more to Cleveland, but I think 136 is a reasonable price. I'll go with Cleveland in this one. Moving on to the next game, you have the Phillies taking on the Reds. You have Suarez against Singer. For this one, you have the Phillies at around minus 145. I see the Reds at around plus 125. For the over-under, I see 9 in this game. A bit of juice there on the over. Singer was terrible last start against the Pirates. 3 2/3, 4 runs. He was pretty good the last 2 starts before that, but still not really off I'd say, good start. We'll see how he looks in this one. For Suarez, he was also not very good. 6 1/3 of 5 runs against the Orioles. On the road, though, he's been great. 1.48 ERA. I think Philly's better. Cincinnati, I believe, is also about a game and a half back of the Mets. So they've been, hanging in there in the wild card race. But I think Suarez is better. I'm really not a Singer guy at all, and I think Suarez is objectively the better pitcher. I don't mind Philly's first 5 minus half a run if you want to go for the starters only argument, but I think the Phillies are the better team. I'll go with the Phillies in this one.
Yeah, I like the Phillies. Cincinnati actually took some money. I think this opened like 152 or 153 or something like that. So they took a little bit of money. Phillies, 7-3 in their last 10. Offenses look solid. They won 2 of 3 against Cincinnati in a June series. Suarez he's been really dominant on the road. He read off his numbers. I mean, 1 earned in each of his 5 straight on the road. So he's not been giving up any runs at all. His hit rate is a bit high. So can Cincinnati take advantage of that? I'm unsure, but I do think Philly will be able to take advantage of the inconsistencies of Singer. He's got a high hit rate as well. It's kind of fluctuating. He's got 7 earned, 1 earned, no earned, 4 earned in his last 4. So that speaks to the inconsistency there. Cincinnati 500 the last 10. They do play a lot better at home as of late. I think the price-wise, I think it's a pretty good price on Philly and Suarez, who's looking for a bounce-back performance, and I think you'll get it against Cincinnati. So I like the Phillies here.
Yeah, I do want to ask you about the Reds though quickly because right now they're on the verge of overtaking the Mets for a wild card spot. Do you like this team, or do you think that this team is also kind of in the, I don't want to say pretender range, but do you think they have enough to actually pull this off?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they got enough pitching outside of Abbott.
Lodolo getting hurt is pretty brutal. For
Abbott I really like. I don't really think – I think they're kind of boom or bust. I think they have one way to win. I don't think I've said this for like 2 years, but they typically don't win. I know it's kind of cliche, but they can't win like without scoring runs. They typically they have to outscore people. Like they don't really win 3-2s a lot. Now, granted, they win some, but just not a lot. And I don't really trust. Obviously, we know in playoff baseball, you got to win in every facet of the game. I don't think they're good enough at the back end of their lineup, and they're too boom or bust at the top end of their lineup. So, to answer your question, I think they're more in the pretender range. I think the Mets will turn it around. Hopefully, not hopefully but just hopefully for a bet that I have. But I mean, I would think they're more pretender than contender, or even close to being a contender.
Yeah, it's really tough with the Mets because I don't think the Reds are that good of a team, just watching them play. The Mets, though, I'll put it this way. It's very psychological, and it does feel like when things are going poorly, and we know this as fans of the other New York team, sometimes it just snowballs, and you just can't correct it, and it feels like the Mets are in that point. So if the Reds hold on and play even decent baseball, maybe the Mets just implode and they just get handed the wild card by just not falling apart. We'll see. I'll put it that way. I'm not going to write the Reds off. They're a game and a half out, obviously, and the Mets have lost 11 of 12.
But, I'd love to see Ellie in the playoffs, though. I will say that. I would love to see Ellie in the playoffs.
I think the Mets are a better team, but I don't know if that matters when one team's in free fall. So I don't know if it matters. So there you go. Anyway, point is, I see a question about Burns. I don't mind Burns. My issue with him, though, is it feels like all of his outs are via strikeout.
It is.
He goes no distance in any starts, which is pretty frustrating. He got the 6 innings against the Pirates on Friday. It was fortunate. I think he had like 40-something pitches in 2 innings. Then he actually kind of buckled down there at the end. He gives up some contact, some hard contact, strikes out a lot of guys. He's had 10-plus strikeouts and I believe 4 straight. But I still think he's too young to be relied upon for a serious ace role. Yeah, and now with Lodolo being out, he's your number 2.
Yeah, so just theoretically in the playoff series, you throw Abbott, Burns, and who would you throw third?
Oh boy,
exactly. Just that. I mean, with the Mets, we know that they do have the arms.
He's come back from injury. In theory, Hunter Green, assuming his arm doesn't fall off.
Yeah, but that's
because it's already fallen off twice. We'll see how that works out. But he's supposed to come back. He tried that. I think he lasted 2 starts last time. We'll see how he looks, but in theory,
he throws so hard, bro. Like he doesn't have anything off speed. He throws.
In theory, Hunter Green is your 2. In theory, when healthy, but technically, he's your 1 when healthy. But I don't trust his durability, so I don't know. I'll put it this way: if the Reds still had the trade deadline upcoming, they would trade for a pitcher. No offense to Littell, but they could use another guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Just so we'll see what happens. But I question that rotation. And yesterday, the bullpen was awful, but they won anyway. So we'll see what happens. But I see a question or a comment from Board saying that Snitker is a lame duck skipper for Atlanta. Look, I don't think Snitker is that good. I think that he was a fun guy to bring in to help at a time. But he strikes me as the veteran old guard who can kind of have enough speeches to get you amped for a couple years. And then eventually the voice gets very stale and you immediately want him fired. That's kind of how I feel about Snitker. I think he's the veteran coach that I think everyone's gotten tired of in Atlanta. Is that a fair statement?
It's probably fair. I mean, that group. Yeah, they won a World Series, so I mean,
they won a World Series. They underachieved in every other playoff run they had, but they got the one.
That's all they need. Fan base said, "I'll take a World Series."
Yeah, I mean, they're the baseball version of the Washington Capitals. I mean, you take your one title and you go from there. But I think Snitker, I think he should have been fired already, to be honest. But either way, we'll see what happens in the offseason, and we'll go from there. Anyway, moving on to the next game. You have the Twins taking on the Yankees. For this one, you have undecided against Rodon. We have no lines. We know who's pitching for Minnesota. Yankees will be a massive favorite, probably around $2 because of the Yankees. I'm not laying it, so I'll go with Minnesota. If it's anything above minus 160 for the Yankees, I'll take Minnesota.
Well, I'll say this: if we don't get our stuff together, we own the Twins. I mean, this historically, like we won 8 of the last 10. If you go back even further, I mean, we pretty much dominate them whenever we want to, especially at home. If this isn't a series that the Yankees can not get right, that's what I have in my notes, just get right series. I mean, if they can't get right in this series, they're probably going to be facing the middle into the back end of the rotation because of the guys that went early for the Twins.
We don't have a pitcher listed for Minnesota, so they're
I'm just speculating,
No, that's my point. Is that we're not even looking at the back end; they're making up pitchers as we go.
Right. So, if they can't get right here, I mean, my God. I mean, I know Minnesota's been playing well as of late. They won 4 or 5. They scored 5+ runs in 5 of the last 7. And Rodon's got to get he's got to get it together, man. He's only over 5 innings pitched once since the All-Star break. He's been okay, but I mean, just too many walks. 15 walks in his last 4. So yeah, this is a big series for the Yankees. Obviously, I know you probably won't, but I'll probably end up laying.
It depends on the price. I'll
probably end up laying a 1.5, just because I think that this is a spot that they have to absolutely dominate the series to get some kind of confidence going forward.
The one concern that I have, though, is that Rodon has been pretty poor lately. I know that he went 2 innings. He gave up 2 earned and 5 against the Rangers, but I mean, the last couple starts, 5 innings, 2 runs, 4 2/3, 4 runs, 5 1/3, 3 runs, 5 innings, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. So he's walked at least 4 guys in 3 of the last 4, which has been very problematic. I don't know if I trust Rodon's form enough to be laying that big of a number. That's kind of my problem here. But I want to give a shout out, though, to Keyshaw who's been incredible for Minnesota for the last couple of weeks. Young player. I believe he plays shortstop. He's DHing tonight, but Keyshaw has been great. So shout out to him for Minnesota. Either way, though, moving on to the next one, you're going to look at the Cubs taking on the Blue Jays. You're looking at a matchup between Brown and Berrios. The Blue Jays had a very nice finale in that series against the Dodgers. They were going to get swept. They found a way back out of it, and they survived the bases loaded with Ohtani and Betts coming to the plate, and they ended up winning the final game of that series. But for this one, we know Brown has been underwhelming this season. You're looking at Toronto being favored minus 130. Cubs are plus 110. For the over-under, I see 9 for this game. I'm going to go Toronto in this game. They're an incredible home team. They are 38-19. Berrios has been good this season, 3.89 ERA. Brown has been demoted. He's been good lately, not going any distance, though. His last 2 starts, he's gone 9 innings total, 2 earned runs. But I still don't think he's that great. ERA north of 6 on the road. I'll go with Toronto. The Cubs, I've mentioned before, have kind of just been hovering. The Brewers have taken off. They're just hovering right now. I believe the Brewers are 6 up now in the Central. Toronto's fighting with the Red Sox now. Nice win against the Dodgers to end that series. They've not been playing great baseball recently, but I think Berrios is objectively the better pitcher in this matchup. Give me Toronto at home. They've been a wagon at home. I'll go with the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I'm going to take the plus money with Brown. I don't really like Brown a ton. I mean, he's been inconsistent over his last handful of starts. But if you look at Berrios, I mean, he's got 10 earned in his last 2 home starts, 7 home runs allowed in his last 5 overall. Toronto's been playing a little bit better than Chicago, but I'm looking at Chicago's road numbers. They're one of the best road offenses in the league, and you mix that with the home dominance that you spoke on with the Blue Jays. So I think we can see an over here as well. But I'll take the plus money with – I mean, I know if Brown can just go okay. He's a lot better. I mean, obviously, I know this is not, splitting an atom, but he's better if they can get up to a, 2-1 or 2-0 lead, where he can make a mistake or two and he's not really thinking a lot. So I think if the Cubs can jump on him early, then that'll kind of help him in pitch a little bit better. But I like the Cubs just because of the number, and I like the over as well.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to disagree because of how good Toronto's been at home.
Yeah,
the Cubs,
I don't disagree with that.
I was just so underwhelmed watching them play against the Cardinals over the weekend.
They've been like that since the All-Star break, though.
That's what I'm saying, is that I feel like they're just kind of in autopilot.
Yeah.
And Milwaukee is just taken off, and they're not even trying to keep pace at this point. They're just playing average baseball, and I'm not interested. I feel like the Cubs, you mentioned that, they're getting plus money. I get all that, but I just feel like a lot of the Cubs' record and reputation was based on a month or 2 ago, and they haven't been maintaining that same level of energy, and I feel like they're just overvalued all the time. I feel like this line's right to me, and I like how Toronto's once again been playing at home. I get your concerns about Berrios, maybe the over in this game, if you want to go for both offenses to play well. Yeah. I think Toronto at home is kind of just an absolute wagon as far as I'm concerned. So I'll go with Toronto in this one, but I understand your point for the plus money. Before we get into the remainder of the card for Tuesday, a reminder brought to you by MyBookie.ag. They're available to bet on baseball, to bet on WNBA, to bet on tennis, golf, and of course football futures. You can also use them. A ton of occasions. Use crypto for deposits and payouts. When you sign up though for an account, use code SGPN to get 100% of the match up to 1K. Terms and conditions upon the G promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because they have smart signals, which are really, really good at breaking down baseball props and WNBA. So MLB smart signals have been great, and WNBA sports signals are 96, or were on 97 and 65 in July. ROI of 15.64%. So they've been crushing in August as well. Check out Rhythm for the power trends or the smart signals, which are the same thing, just a rebranded name. Download the Rhythm app, check out smart signals, start betting smarter, and a reminder that we have a promo link with Rhythm to get a 7-day free trial. Go to sportsgambling.com's Rhythm to get your 7-day free trial. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Podcast. Finished going through the first couple games of the card for Tuesday. Time to keep going with the next game. Moving on to the Braves taking on the Mets. You have Strider against Holmes in this one. For the pricing, I see the Mets minus 130. I see the Braves at plus 110. For the over-under, I see 8 in this one. Now, the Mets are in free fall. They've lost 11 of 12. The Braves are terrible, but they swept the Marlins over the weekend, if we care. However, they've been really bad on the road so far this season. We know Strider has been good, not as usual. Actually, it's not really been good. He's been average, I'll say. For his standard, he's been quite underwhelming. He was not good against Milwaukee last time out. He was okay the last couple starts before that. I'll ask you, though, for this one, the Mets, I can understand why they're favored. Will I take them at minus 130? Hell no. I got no interest at all. Give me plus money. I understand the Mets had a pretty tough stretch. The Guardians were in good form. The Milwaukee's a wagon. They lost that series as well, 3-0. But they are at home. I get why they're favored, but I think Strider is a better pitcher than Holmes if I had to grade him out as starters. So give me plus money with Atlanta, who's been serviceable lately, and I think Strider is better than Holmes in my opinion. So I'll go Atlanta plus money, but mainly not wanting to go near the Mets.
Yeah, I think this is another series that got to have a series for a New York team, man. The Mets, like 4 straight losses at home. If you look at the numbers for both Strider and Holmes, like the last 2 starts that they faced each other or faced the opposing team, they had similar numbers. Both allowed 4 earned on 7 hits in their 2 starts. It's just that Holmes went 9 2/3 and Strider went 11. So they had similar issue. I mean, they had similar success. Holmes did have 10 walks in those 2 games, though, so that's the kind of the turning point. I mean, it's not a ton of like logic behind the handicap. Is just I think this may be a buy low spot for the Mets and a sell high spot on the Braves. But I mean, Holmes has got a 4.72 ERA since July. His hit rate's been up, but like I said, he's had success against the Braves. He's solid in his home starts. Strider was smoked by Milwaukee, like you talked about. He has had some walk issues as well as allowed at least 3 in 3 of his last 5. So maybe an over as well, but it would be Mets or nothing for me. I would maybe look at the Mets first 5 if you had to make a play, but I would go Mets and over if I had to.
I like the over too. The over's at 8. I can get behind that, but I think it might just be waiting until the Mets figure it out. It's kind of like what I said about the Yankees before. If you're going to keep putting a minus number next to them, and they keep losing, why would I keep taking the minus number? I'll just let them figure it out. But I'm not. I'll pay for them to figure it out. I'll put it that way. Give me the Braves at plus money on principle, but I do agree about the over for that game. Moving on to the Tigers taking on the White Sox. For this one, you have the matchup of pitchers being Flaherty against we don't know. So for this matchup, we have no lines. I see rumors it might be Smith, but once again, who knows? We have no lines. I'll ask you, Detroit's been better lately. Not great, but they were in really bad form. Then they were able to win 2 out of 3 against the Angels at home. White Sox have been really bad. Did win the game on Sunday, but they're still really bad. They're 30-plus games under 500. I don't have a line. Flaherty, though, has been quite terrible. I can't stand him. I feel like every time I try to give any type of faith towards Flaherty, he immediately sucks. And he was bad against the Twins last start. 4 2/3, 6 runs. He was good 2 starts before that. Been really bad on the road, though. 5.69 ERA. I don't know the line, but give me the over.
Yeah, I'll probably look that way as well. Detroit 5-2 head-to-head this year. They've pretty much been 500, just alternating between wins and losses. Flaherty did pitch well at Chicago. He had 1 earned in 6 innings pitched in his June start. I mean, and I just can't figure him out either. Like when I back him, he's terrible. When I don't back him or I fade him, he's really good. So I've pretty much been staying away. I've been staying away from Detroit because Detroit's been a tricky team for me as well. But if it is Smith and we're getting a decent plus price, I might take a shot first 5 with the White Sox because Smith's been pretty good after coming off his I forgot what injury he had, but he was on IL. So he's been pretty good in his 2 starts back. So it would probably be – if the price is big enough, I would probably take the White Sox hoping we get a bad Flaherty game. But he's been decent as of late. Yeah,
I agree, but I try to back Flaherty. He's terrible, and
I'm with you.
Ignore him, and he's decent. But I like your angle on the White Sox first 5, though. I think they can do some damage for him against him. But I feel like this price might be egregious just based on the White Sox form lately. And Flaherty just should not be laying that number. What number I think it's going to be. So I'm with you, and there's value on the White Sox for this one, maybe early in the first 5. Moving on to what could be a sweep between the Pirates and the Brewers, we'll see. You have Skeens against Peralta. Now, for this one, you're looking at the Brewers laying 125. I see Pittsburgh at around plus 105. For the over-under, I see 7 in this game. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be pretty straightforward here. Give me the first 5 under. I'm not going to try to get creative here. Skeens might be really good. You might see a classic Pittsburgh first 5 Brewers full game angle for plus money where the bullpen falls apart for Pittsburgh. Skeens has been a madman. I got nothing else to add. He had one bad start over the last basically 2-3 months, and that was in Coors. And he was really good for the first 5 innings, and he fell apart in the 6th inning. So he's going to win the Cy Young. He's been amazing. Peralta's been good too. Pittsburgh can't really hit. I'm looking at the bottom of that order, and you have Treolo, you have Henry Davis, who stinks. You have Kiner Falefa in the 9 spot. Jack Sawinski was batting, this is just a mess. I like the first 5 under, probably 3.5. He could get a juiced 4, I'm sure, but definitely 3.5. I see a classic Skeens 1-0 game in the 6th inning. Then maybe the wheels fall off. But give me the first 5 under.
Yeah, I mean, Skeens has been good, and you talked about his start. He's been more gettable, or he's had more hiccups on the road than at home. Milwaukee did get him for 4 earned in one of those bad starts that you were discussing. Milwaukee has took 4 of 7 this year, mostly competitive. But I mean, I think this is pretty straightforward for me, man. That price is too low for Milwaukee, especially with how well they've been playing. That's too low. I respect Skeens, but there's no shot. There's no shot they should be less than 140 here. So I like the Brewers a lot in this spot.
Yeah, I mean, the Brewers are an absolute wagon. I made many tweets about it. They're inevitable. They're just a team that you really have a hard time beating. I think Milwaukee could be down early, then rally. They really make the most of their 27 outs, like we saw all weekend against the Mets. I'm trying to remember what their record. They won 9 in a row.
Yep.
I forgot the exact, you can go back 30 games and their record's insane. So, yeah, I'm with you there, but I don't mind first 5 under in case Skeens does Skeens things. I believe he struggled, though, against the Brewers earlier this season, I think. So keep an eye out for that. Anyway, moving on to the next.
Earned.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So Milwaukee could jump them in theory. We'll see. But I like Peralta in the spot. Moving on to the Nationals, taking on the Royals. You have Parker against Waka. Now, for this one, you're looking at the Royals laying about 170. I see the Nationals at plus 145. For the over-under, I see around 8.5. I see juice on the over, though, at around minus 120. Now, for this one, Waka has been good this season. 3.36 ERA, 2.63 ERA at home. He has allowed less than 3 earned in 5 straight starts. So he has been really good lately. Now, for Parker, he's been kind of a mess this season. 5.43 ERA on the road, 6.1 ERA. Last 2 starts and 9 innings pitched, 12 earned runs. It's a massive price, but I get it. I'll go with Kansas City, probably first 5 minus half a run, maybe full game minus 1.5, but Waka's been very good. I got nothing else to add. I feel like you're looking at a Royals team that bought at the deadline for no reason. I don't know why they did. I know Bobby Witt got injured. We'll see if he plays in this game. We'll see what happens, but either way, I mean, the Nationals are terrible. They can't pitch. The Royals, even though they're a bad team, they're basically the same home and road, but Waka's better at home. I guess I'm going Royals minus 1.5.
Yeah, what was the price again for the Royals?
So the Royals on the money line were expensive. They were like minus 170. So if you want to get them on the run line, you can get Kansas City minus 1.5 at around plus 126.
Yeah, great parlay piece. I think, honestly, to be honest with you, I think 170 is a little bit short. To be honest, should be closer to 200. Washington.
I mean, the Nationals are bad.
Yeah, 3-7 last 10, 2 runs or less in half of those games. I mean, Parker's got a 7.76 ERA in his last 6 starts. Hit rate sky high. I mean, I like what Kansas City's been doing, especially with Waka on the mound. And Waka's been really good. He's not even allowing a lot of hits. Under 4 hits in 4 of his last 5, 2 or less in 5 straight, 2 or less earned runs in 5 straight. He's been really good at home. Yeah, I would take the minus 1.5. Kansas City's returning from 3 straight road series as well, so they're back home. So I'm going to take Kansas City minus that 1.5.
Yep. Moving on to the next game, you have the Rockies taking on the Cardinals. You have Freeland against Liberatore, so 2 lefties who you could argue aren't very good. Liberatore's been fine this season, though, 3.98 ERA. Freeland's been a mess, 2-12, 5.53 ERA. Remember when he was good? Didn't he start the NL wildcard game against the Cubs like 8 years ago or something?
I think he
start
did.
That game?
I think he did.
I was in college at the time. I remember I was at a bar in Wisconsin watching that, and what was it, Walters? Tony Walters had the single in extra innings? something like that.
I can't remember. I remember the game, but I can't remember exactly what happened.
It was a really ugly game. It was like 2-1 in extras, and I remember that was the game where Baez gave Arenado a hug when he tried to tag him out in between second and third base. I don't know if you remember that. But anyway, I believe it was Tony Walters.
I do remember that. I
believe it was Tony Walters who had the single in extra innings, and nobody knew who he actually was. He might be out of the league at this point. But anyway, yeah, Freeland's had a real fall from grace. He used to be good, now he's not. For the pricing on this one, I see the Cardinals minus 200. I see the Rockies at around plus 160. For the run line, the only way to actually bet on the Cardinals here, plus 115. For Liberatore minus 1.5. For the over-under in this one, I see the line being set at around 8.5. The Rockies, we know, are awful on the road, all-time bad. They're 14-45. The Cardinals are over 500 again, and they are 34-25. Nice series over the weekend against the Cubs, won 2 out of 3. They won 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers as well on the road. So after a massive slump, they've been better lately. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs or not, but you know what? At least they're trying to stay above 500. I guess I'm going Cardinals minus 1.5 again because I'm getting plus money fading the worst road team I've arguably ever seen, and Freeland is god-awful. So give me the Cardinals in this one. I don't actually mind a prop play. I like Liberatore under strikeouts. The Rockies are actually really good at not striking out against lefties. I took them over the weekend. I had the Erod under strikeouts at like 5.5. He had 2 in the first inning. And that was it. He didn't strike out a single guy the rest of the start. So the Rockies, I believe, are top 5 in the league at a lowest K rate, the 5th lowest K rate against lefties on the road this season. So I don't mind that prop angle on Liberatore, but I can't back Freeland in this Rockies team. Give him the Cardinals minus 1.5.
Yeah, completely agree. Let me ask you something. How many runs have Colorado allowed, do you think, in the last 6 games?
The last 6 games? The Diamondbacks had a couple of crooked numbers there. Well, Toronto's included, so I got to factor in that like 40-run series. I'll go 72.
Yeah, close 70 runs last 6 games. So, yeah, I mean, I like the over. Colorado's over an 8 of 10, obviously, with the numbers that you just gave. I don't think St. Louis will have any issue scoring against. But Freeland actually hasn't been horrible, but I still don't trust him, especially on the road. Liberatore's been okay, but he has been up and down at home. He hasn't been going a lot of length either, so that kind of bodes well for your strikeout prop. He's less than 5 innings in 4 straight, so that's something to monitor as well. But I like the over. I think that St. Louis would do some scoring. I think Colorado would get some scoring in. You talked about their success versus lefties, so I think we can get to 4 runs each.
Success is a stretch. They've been avoiding strikeouts. They're still terrible, but they just don't strike out as much as you might.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, success is a strong word.
But I don't mind the over too. So, I mean, Freeland might give up 7 by himself. I mean, that's always a possibility. So, I'll go with the over with you in this one. Moving on to the Diamondbacks, taking on the Rangers. Rangers, don't look now. They got leapfrogged by the Guardians in the wild card race. 2.5 out. They've not been playing badly, but they definitely cooled off after having that massive run. Arizona, they've been scoring runs lately, but we know they're not very good. They're 4 games under. You have DeSclafani against Leiter. For this one, the Rangers are favored in this game. Rangers are laying about minus 150, give or take. I do see the Diamondbacks at around plus 130. For the over-under, I see 9 or 8.5. So, DeSclafani's been okay this season. I don't think he's generally good, but he's been okay this season. Leiter's been kind of the same way. He's been quite average. Good lately, though. Last 4 starts, he has allowed less than 3 earned. Now, the problem is he's gone no length at all. 3 1/3 against the Yankees. 4 1/3 against the Mariners, 6 innings against the Braves, 6 innings against the A's. The last 2 starts, he has been going very, very short distances. He's also had a walk issue. He's walked at least 3 guys in 5 straight starts. So I don't really trust either pitcher in this game. Give me the over. I think 8.5 is too short. I'll go with the over in this game. The DeSclafani or Leiter or both get lit up in the start. Give me the over.
Yeah, I like Texas. What was Texas' price? Is it still like 140?
Texas, I found a 142 as the cheapest.
142. That's what I got right now. Yeah, 140, 142. Yeah, I mean, I think that Texas is being a little bit undervalued here. They're 3-7 in their last 10, but if you look at the stretch of opponents, I mean, they played at Seattle, who we talked about. The Yankees, I mean, they are what they are, but still, they had to play them. And Philadelphia. So those are 3 series that they played that kind of wore down. And they faced some tough pitching in that in those series. I don't really trust DeSclafani at all. I mean, he had a good start his last outing versus San Diego, but prior to that, not so much, and that was on the road, as is this one. Leiter's he's got some walk issues, 18 in his last 5, but he has a low hit rate. I don't think Arizona's been playing okay, but I think it's based upon opponent. I don't think it's
they played the Rockies. Based. I mean, you can't really evaluate that at all.
Right. So it's basically opponent based. Yeah, I think Texas minus 142 is a little short here.
Yeah, I just don't trust Leiter, so I'll go with the over instead. That's kind of how I'm going to go about it. But
he's been okay though. He's been okay. Yeah, I mean
he's going no distance though.
Yeah. I mean, 4 straight at home, 2 or less. So maybe first 5, maybe a first.
I mean, the Yankees one's misleading though. He went 3 in the 3rd, and Bochy pulled him.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I can't really factor it. I think both pitchers have their own problems, and I'm willing to dare them to pitch well. I'll go with the over in this one. For this game. Moving on to the next game. You have the Red Sox against the Astros. Now, for this one, you have a matchup between, I see May against Arrighetti, which looked like a pretty decent matchup on paper earlier this year, not so much now. For the pricing, I see the Astros minus 120. I see the Red Sox at around plus 105. For the over-under, I see 8.5. Yeah, once again, I like the over in this game. So May made his debut with the Red Sox, and he was not very good against Kansas City. 3 2/3, 3 runs. As for Arrighetti, he was really bad. Last start, they ended up making first start since April. 3 2/3, 11 hits, 5 earned against the Marlins. Give me the over in this game. I think both pitchers, you could argue, are going to struggle. I think that it's the same exact breakdown I just had for the Arizona game. I think the offenses can be good. Arizona's offense kind of woke up there against the Yankees over the weekend. We know Boston's offense can be dangerous, and it is a pretty hitter-friendly ballpark there in Minute Maid. I'll go with the over. I just see runs. I question both pitchers' effectiveness right now. Good enough for me. Give me the over at around 8.5.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I kind of like Houston in this spot. I mean, I think it's a similar spot to what we talked about with the Yankees and the Mets. I mean, except for Houston's been playing okay, a little bit better than what both of those New York teams.
Well, they had the Yankees, so that was their benefit of the schedule.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true as well.
Correa's been good, though. Correa's been very good.
Yeah, well, he's been better since joining. He was horrible the first. Yeah,
I think he's batting like 400. Yeah, he's been really good.
Yeah. 500. They are 500 in the last 10. I mean, they had 3 straight road series, so they're back at home. Arrighetti's, he was rocked by Miami in his first start back, but I think he'll pitch better at home. That's my guess. May, I don't really trust. He's still kind of getting in the thick of things, and Houston's got a little bit of payback on their mind. I mean, they were swept in Houston. In Boston. I'm sorry, earlier this month, plus 10 run differential. May's been horrible on the road, 20 earned in his last 4. So I'm gonna take a shot with Houston. I don't disagree with your over. That's a play. I would look at that team total over for Houston as well.
Yep. Moving on to the next game, Dodgers against the Angels. These games are usually pretty fun. For this one, Dodgers did win the series against Toronto, but I don't know what the hell that was on Sunday as they fell apart. You have Sheehan against Anderson. For this one, I see the Dodgers minus 170. I see the Angels at around plus 145. For the over-under, I see 9.5. So for this one, I'm pretty on the fence, honestly, because I really don't want to lay this with the Dodgers. Do I like Anderson? Not really, but he has been better at home, I guess. He's been bad lately, though. He has allowed at least 4 earned runs in 4 of his last 5 starts. So he's allowed 3+ home runs in back-to-back starts. I think I got to go Dodgers minus 1.5, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, you took the words right off my page.
The home runs are a mess. I mean, I got to read this off.
8 last 3.
3 home runs, 3 home runs, 2 home runs, 1, 1, and 1. Yeah. So he's allowed a grand total of 11 home runs in his last 6 starts. Damn, it's been a mess.
Yeah.
I can't back that. I can't.
Yeah. He hasn't won a game since April 18th.
At least traded him.
Yeah. At least 4 earned in 4 of his last 5. 3 of those were at home. So, yeah, I think this should be a Dodgers minus 1.5. They're going to get all 9 at bats. I think a team total over is good for them. I will say, though, the Angels have had success against the Dodgers.
That's why I said it. These games are usually fun.
Yeah, they had. I think they swept them earlier in the year, right? Yeah,
in Dodger Stadium. Yeah, they swept.
Yeah, they swept them. Yeah, and I mean, the Dodgers got to get it under control. I don't know what their deal is. They're another one of those teams that I was expecting to turn it on, and they just haven't. I know they've been dealing with some injuries with the rotation, but
I thought they're bats. I thought they didn't. They choked against Toronto in the final game. They were about to sweep, so now they're back.
I need to see. Yeah, maybe they're just waiting for the playoffs and just bored, kind of like Golden State back in the day. But
they should win the division. But I'll put it this way: it's still a race. We got a month.
San Diego's been really good.
What are they, 2 ahead now?
Maybe like 2.5.
I think it's 2. Let me see. I thought it was 3, and then it's 2. San Diego won yesterday. They're only 2 games up.
Yeah, man. So it's gonna be tough. The Dodgers, they got to turn it around. So they're getting healthy. So we'll see. But I like the Dodgers -1.5. I like the team total over also.
Yeah, as you mentioned with the Yankees, this is a get it together series. Dodgers, you got to get it together. I'll put it that way. So we'll see what happens here. Moving on to the Padres taking on the Giants. Now for this one, you're looking at San Diego. Once again, it's been good lately. It's why they're back in the division race in the NL West. You have Cortez, who I forgot is still around, against Ray. So battle of lefties. For this one, the Giants are -135. Padres are around +115. For the over-under, I see 7.5. Now, Cortez has barely pitched this season after being really bad with Milwaukee. He made 1 start since returning, and you know what? He was actually pretty good. 4 2/3, 2 runs. You know what? You'll take it after not pitching since the beginning of April. I think that even though Ray's the better pitcher, the Giants have just been pretty poor over the last couple months at this point. They're back to 500, lost the last 2 games against the Nationals, so not exactly in good form. Give me the plus money. I get San Diego's better at home. I get Ray's better than Cortez. You know what? Cortez was okay last start. Good enough for me. Plus 115 against a Giants team who's been objectively poor at home lately. They've been really bad at home recently. Looking at the actual home games they've played, they have lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've lost 9 of their last 10 home games, and they're laying 135. And even Ray, who does have some walk issues at times, his pitch count can be concerning. This bullpen's concerning as well. I see a close game either way. Give me San Diego plus 115.
I love San Diego in this spot as well. I mean, Cortez is getting, he was solid, but he's getting. I think the offense will have his back here. They've won 4 of 6 versus San Francisco in the head-to-head this series. San Francisco didn't win the most recent 2. And if you look at San Francisco's record, I know you were running through the numbers. I mean, they're a weak opponent schedule over the past 2 weeks. I mean, they faced Pittsburgh twice and Washington. So that's not like a who's who of teams. So I think San Diego come in here with a lot of confidence. They won 7 of 10. Ray's okay. I don't mind him, and he's pitched against some quality competition. And the Mets twice. Well, the Mets are what they are now, but the Dodgers, Phillies, Toronto, who we talked about. So I like to plus money with Cortez. All he has to do is be decent, just kind of like he was in his debut, and I think they'll be fine. So I think we'll see a close game. Maybe look at under as well.
Yeah, I don't mind that. It's in San Francisco, so the under is usually the first look when they play in that stadium. Moving on to the last game, you have the Rays against the A's. A's have been good lately. The Rays, not so much. For this one, you have Baz against Lopez. For the pricing, I see basically a split, but Oakland, or I should say the A's are slight favorites, are like -120, give or take. For the over-under, I see 9.5. Now, for the form, once again, the A's have been quite good offensively. Lopez has been quite good in his last few starts. Then again, we know most A's pitchers can't pitch in this ballpark, so we'll see how they look in this one. But Lopez, the last couple of starts, he's actually been good at home. A 3.13 ERA. Now, he threw a ton of pitches last start, but his last 3 starts, he's given up no runs. So he's been really, really good. Baz, we know, is fine, but Tampa's a team that can sneak up on you, but they've definitely been underwhelming the last couple months. I'll go with the A's, maybe A's first 5. I like Lopez a lot. I think he's a solid pitcher. I'll go with him in this spot.
Yeah, I love Lopez. I think this is a Lopez podcast. I think Mal put me onto him at first. He's really good. I don't trust Tampa. Boss, like we said, no link. He's not going over 5 innings and 4 straight. He's got 19 earned in his last 4. He has been solid on the road, though. I will give him that. But I like the A's in this spot. Lopez is 17 scoreless. I think 17 scoreless in his pitch streak. Low hit rate.
I have to look at 4 starts ago when he gave up runs if he had a scoreless inning there. But the last 3 starts, he's gone a total of 17 innings, no runs allowed.
Yep. So he's got a low hit rate, so he's not even allowing a ton of contact. 4 or less hits, 8 of his last 11. That's a big sample size. I love the A's in this spot. I like the over as well. 2 of the 3 meetings earlier this season did go over. Totals were like 8, 9, and 9. But I don't think either team will have any problem scoring, especially the A's. So I like the A's and over.
Yep. I don't know about the over because I think Lopez could actually shove here, but I think I just prefer going with the Lopez angle here. Give me the A's in this one. Anyway, I'm just going to wrap it up for the actual card. Time to move on into the lock and dog picks. Before we get into the lock and dog reminder, they're brought to you by Circa because they have 3 upcoming football contests for the NFL season: the Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo. Over $20 million guaranteed prizes. And a reminder, you can hang out with the SGPN crew at the Circa contest weekend from the 21st to 23rd for an amazing weekend, including live shows, open bars. We also have a nice discount code with Circa, 15% off your stay at Circa with the code SGP15. And a reminder, contest open to everyone set up in Nevada, play from anywhere. You can use our proxy to help you play remotely once you sign up in person. Go to footballcontest.com, use code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. They're doing Best Mania happening all summer long. 15 million in prizes, 2 minutes first place. No waiver wire, no arguments of trades. Best of all, this way to play fantasy football. You can also use Underdog for pick'em entries for a chance to win a lot of money. You have 500 times your entry. When you sign up though for an account, use the code MLB SGPN. You get a special pick and reverse that offer up to 1K in bonus cash. Underdog Fantasy promo code MLB SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through all the games for Tuesday. Time to move on into the lock and dog picks. Lonte, what do you like as the lock and dog for the show?
Yeah, man, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I like Milwaukee, minus 125, whatever best you can find, 126, 125. I mean, obviously, Skeens is dominant. He's been great, but he's had a few hiccups, and one of those hiccups came against this Milwaukee team at home. I think Peralta will be fine. I don't think he has to worry about that Pittsburgh lineup. I mean, you routed off the back end of it. Low scoring game. I like Milwaukee at home. I think that's a great price for them. So I'm going Milwaukee minus that 1.5. Oh, not minus 1.5. Minus 125. I'm sorry. And for the, I'm trying to figure out what I want to go with for the lock. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go.
But you mean for the dog, right? Because
dog. I'm sorry. I'm the dog. Okay. I'm sorry. Let's go with Chicago on the road against Toronto.
All right. So for my lock, it's going to be the over in either the Arizona game or the Boston game. I got to figure out which one I want to do. I'm really not a DeSclafani guy. The Rangers' offense, though, has been pretty cool lately. Arizona, though, has been hitting, so we'll see what happens. But, I mean, the Rangers got swept. They scored less than they've been terrible. Scored less than 3 runs in 5 straight games. Yeah, I can't go with that. Give me the over in the Boston game. May, I think, is going to struggle in general. He was not good in his first start with the Red Sox against Kansas City, of all teams. We know Kansas City's offense isn't very good. Arrighetti was terrible against the Marlins. He's made 1 start since April. I think you're looking at both pitchers struggling. 2 offenses that I actually kind of like. Houston has been a bit underwhelming, but they've been better lately. Correa, I question the move long term. Short term, though, they've been better. So give me the over at 8.5 as my lock. That's available at around minus 105 on FanDuel as my lock. For my dog, yeah, you know what? I actually liked a lot of dogs on the card today. I'm going to go San Diego in this one at around plus 115. I understand that the Giants have the better pitcher with Ray, who also can struggle with distance, and the bullpen for the Giants has been a problem, especially after getting rid of Doval, rid of Rogers. Not really a fan of their bullpen. But the point is, San Diego's been good lately, and you're looking at Cortez, who was decent in his first start back off the IL, but they're 2 games back of the Dodgers. They've been hanging in there, and the Giants, we know, are a team not competing for anything. I like the spot, like the price. Give me the Padres at plus 115 as my dog for the show. Time for the home run picks. So, Lonte, who do you like as your home run guy for the show?
Yeah, we stole one of my picks yesterday, so I'm going to steal that back today. I like Brent Rooker. I think he'll have
Rooker didn't homer, so you're fine.
Yeah, no, I know, but I wanted to pick him yesterday. But
yeah, I'm just saying he didn't homer, so he didn't miss anything.
Yeah, but he's had multi-hits in 4 of 6. He's been hitting the ball really well. He's had a home run mixed in here and there, but we talked about Boz and his issues of giving up home runs and giving up contact. I think Rooker would be prime candidate to get one up tomorrow. So let's go with Brent Rooker.
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to have to fade Anderson because the home runs are insane. Now, I can't take Ohtani because that's got to be very expensive. I got to imagine Ohtani's going to be below $3. I'm not going to do that. I feel like I'm cheating the public taking Ohtani. Give me Freddie Freeman to the home run in this one. He's been good a lifetime. Career 385 hitter against Anderson. 5 for 13 with a home run. So I do like the actual spot here. A lot of Dodgers have a lot of success against Anderson. Mookie's a 300 hitter. Conforto's 500 lifetime. Freeman's 385. Ohtani's 400. Pages is 333. They all have home runs besides.
What about Teoscar? What is Teoscar?
Teoscar lifetime is 0 for 2. So very, very small sample, but whatever. Of course. But the point is, a lot of Dodgers guys have success against them. I'll go Freddie in this one for the home run. Anyway, that's going to wrap up for the show. Back once again on Tuesday. A reminder that Adam and I are changing up the schedule for the prop show this week as we're going to Vegas on Wednesday. So we're going to be doing a prop show tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind. I'll also be doing the Tuesday afternoon show with you. So Lonte and I are going to be doing the games for Wednesday. But either way, find me on Twitter, Radio. Find him on Twitter at XLonteXX. Till next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.